know where to go. But I see a distant light beckoning into my soul, and I know he'll always guide me. He's right beside me, and he will light the way. He gives my life purpose, he makes it worth it. So I will always say, I will go and I will do all the things he taught me to. I will follow him until the end of time. I will serve and I will pray, I will glorify his name. When he's with me, there's no mountain I can't move. I will go and do.
Hey everyone, Bishop Forsey here. Today you get the real deal. I hope you enjoyed some of the views from my flight today to Fort Collins, Colorado, just north of Denver. It was a beautiful flying day today. Gorgeous up there in Colorado. Well, I've been thinking a lot about the changes that we're dealing with here in the church, and that as we get closer to meeting again. And I'd love to draw parallels between a lot of things in the gospel or things we're going through and aviation. Elder Uchtdorf, who you know was a pilot for Lufthansa. He flew 747s. He's one of my favorite speakers, oftentimes because he does like to draw those parallels between aviation and a lot of gospel themes. So today I've thought a lot about with the changes we're dealing with. There's something in aviation. Every flight that we do in this jet, we start with something called a clearance. And I'll show you a little piece here right now what that looks like. Scottsdale clearance Premier 390 Juliet Victor, behind gate 5 with hotel clearance to page.
Premier 390 Juliet Victor, Scottsdale clearance, clear to the Page Airport via Snowball 6 departure, Cardinal transition as filed. Maintain 5,000, expect fileable 260, 3 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.7, squawk 0706, correction 0716.
Okay, so this clearance that we receive, it is basically a guide map to our destination. So we file our destination, we file a flight plan. We say, here's where we want to go. Here's how we want to get to our destination. Now, as you imagine, the airspace is really congested. And so we want to be able to fly in a way that we're not running into other airplanes, of course, and we're not running into mountains. And sometimes we got to fly through clouds. Sometimes there's a lot of clouds. Sometimes we can't see exactly where we're going without our instruments. And so it's very important that we have a flight plan. Now, that flight plan isn't necessarily what we're going to fly to get to our destination. We have to get something called a clearance first. Now, you've just seen what picking up that clearance looks like. So a clearance will include a destination that we're cleared to. In this case, today it was Fort Collins. The clearance that you've just watched was a different flight. But today was Fort Collins, and they give us a route, how we are going to get there, how are we cleared. Now they might clear us on something called a departure, which is a set guidelines, and so it limits how much they have to communicate to us. Today was the Yacht 6 departure for the JARPA transition, which is just a fix out on an airway. So it basically gives us a set of instructions. We're going to take off of this runway, turn right here, go to this intersection, then we fly to this intersection and this one and so forth, and until we get to our destination. It also includes an altitude and then a frequency that we're supposed to tune to after we take off from the airport. Now, how does this apply to the gospel? Well, today, or coming up soon rather, we're going to be able to meet again as a ward. Now, in aviation, we have a set of regulations that we follow, much like our commandments in the gospel and things that we know that we need to do. As we get closer now to more of a set of guidelines on getting back together, this is kind of like our clearance, right? It's not so much the regulation side of it or the commandment side of it, but more of the instructions that we're supposed to follow from here. And so getting back to church is going to be our clearance. We know where we're going. We want to get to the point where we're back to 100% meetings again, where we have church as normal, not having to worry about anything. but it's going to take some time to get there, and we're going to have to take a route to get there. So the beginning fix on this route is going to look like this. Next month, hopefully next month, we'll be able to meet. Next month at the earliest, and it may be even the month after. I hope it's not that late. But each ward in our in the building that we're meeting in is going to be given one Sunday. And for us, it looks like that's probably going to be the fourth Sunday of every month. And on that fourth Sunday, we will meet as a ward, but we're going to have up to 4 separate sacrament meetings to be able to get everybody in that wants to come, or that will come and should come. And during each one of those, we're going to be limited at the moment to approximately only 50 people. Now that could change by next month when we meet. They might bump it up to 100. But there's a number of reasons for that. And there's going to be some changes. I believe I may have said in my last email, unfortunately, we will not be having hymns. We will have prelude music. And but hymns, the church has decided that we won't be singing hymns to prevent the possibility of more germs and things like that kind of flying out of our mouth, especially for some of us that are really good singers, right? I like to sing with some forte. So we will not be handling hymn books and things like that. There will be hand sanitizing stations set up around the church. It will basically have a shortened sacrament meeting. So we will come, we'll have some prelude music, have an opening prayer with some announcements, and then we'll have some more prelude music while we prepare the sacrament, after which we may have a short speaker, short time period, not short speaker. We're not discriminating like that. But yeah, so we'll have a speaker, and we'll dismiss. Now, after that, we are going to need to sanitize basically the sacrament room and everything that was touched, the bathrooms, all the handles, light switches, and everything. So we're going to need some padding between the meetings, so everything's sanitized and ready for the next meeting. All the sacrament trays have to be washed and cleaned. But we're going to extremes here to make sure that everybody's safe and everybody feels comfortable. Those that are considered high risk and that need to stay home will be able to continue having the sacrament in their home, whether they're themselves administering the sacrament or having a member that holds the priesthood come to them and administer the sacrament. That will definitely still be an option. Now, for those of us that are not high risk and that are healthy, the stake president has felt impressed that those individuals will not be given the authorization to do the sacrament at home. Again, this is the beginning of our clearance, right? This is our first waypoint that we're going to, and we need to do everything we can to help and support each other and to come back to church, even though it's going to be these shortened sacrament meetings. Now, hopefully that won't be for too long. Of course, we'll expand that as we're able. But that's about what that looks like. I just want to give everybody a heads up so you can be thinking in that way, be praying about it, and preparing yourself so that we can get the most out of our meetings, out of these short meetings that we're going to have. And I really do feel, much like as we've had the sacrament in our homes, and it's made the sacrament almost a little more special and certainly personable, that we carry that with us now in these new meetings that we're going to have, these shortened meetings. That our focus is really on the sacrament, just how important it is, and renewing our covenants with our Heavenly Father. And if we'll do that, we can have just as much, if not more, of a spiritual experience as we've had at home with the sacrament at home. And if it's been a while since you've been to church, this is a great opportunity for you to come back and not feel like you're going to be looked at or anything because you missed so much church or whatnot. We just want everybody to come and feel welcome. We want to see everybody. And we want everybody to experience that uplift and just get back together and begin this process all together. Of course, changes will happen. Those will be the next waypoints we go to until we get to our destination of being able to meet all together again. But I'm excited to see everybody. And please, if you have concerns or questions, please don't hesitate to call me or email me. You can also get a hold of President Powell. He's standing by eagerly to help as well, and we can orchestrate together how we can help. But here, for the remainder of the video, please enjoy a few more views from today's flight and let me know how you like it. In the meantime, go do some good and give God the credit.
I know it might be hard, but that's the way that we grow. He will provide a way when something's blocking the road. And I know He'll always guide me. beside me, and he will light the way. He gives my life purpose, he makes it worth it, so I will always say, I will go and I will do all the things he taught me to. I will follow him until the end of time. I will serve and I will pray, I will glorify his name. When he's with me, there's no mountain I can't move. I will go and do, I will go and do, I will go and I will do all the things he taught me to. I will follow him until the end of time.